Hello children, welcome back. So let's continue with type 2 applications of the Gauss theorem which we were doing. Well, right now we are going to work out E due to surface charge. Well, this is a non-conducting sheet. That means the sheet made up of non-metal. And this sheet is given charge Q and its surface area is A. So what is surface charge density? Sigma, that is Q upon A. And due to this non-conducting sheet at a distance r from it, this is a point P, and we want to find out electric field intensity here. As usual, we have to make a closed surface passing through this point, and the closed surface made here is again right circular cylinder, as we did in case of line charge. Well, the half of the right circular cylinder is right side of this sheet and the remaining half is the left side of the sheet. What is the 3D situation that is shown here in the diagram? If this sheet is slightly tilted, the 3D situation is like this. This is point where electric field intensity is to be found out. The right circular cylinder, half of the right circular cylinder is over one side and the other half is on the other side. Well, sigma is surface charge density. So what is electric field intensity here? We'll apply the combined definition, which is surface integral of E dot dA is equal to net charge enclosed within the Gaussian surface to permittivity of free space. Well, what is closed surface? The closed surface of this right circular cylinder consists of three different surfaces: S1, S2 and S3. S1 and S3 are the flat surfaces of the right circular cylinder and S2 is the curved surface. So we break this limit of integration for S1, S2 and S3. So surface integration of E dot dA, surface integration of E dot dA for surface S2, and we find out surface integration of E dot dA for surface S3. We add all three and that is equal to net charge enclosed upon permittivity of free space. What is net charge enclosed in this Gaussian surface? Well, let us assume that the curved surface, this flat surface of the right circular cylinder has area gamma. So the surface area of the sheet which is inside this Gaussian surface will also have surface area gamma. And we know sigma. What is sigma? Sigma is charge per unit surface area. Therefore, over unit area, charge is going to be how much? Charge is going to be sigma. Therefore, over gamma area, the charge is going to be what? Sigma into gamma. So the charge enclosed is the charge over the surface area gamma, and that is sigma gamma upon epsilon naught. Now what is the value of term E dot dA for surface S1? Well, over surface S1, if we take a very small area here, dA, its direction would be normal to its plane, and electric line of forces due to surface charge. We know that electric line of forces due to surface charge are always normal to the surface. This distribution we know. So here, this is area, electric field is also going to be in the same direction, and angle between them is going to be 0. So for in between these two surfaces, angle is going to be 0. In between these two vectors, angle is going to be 0. So E dot dA would be what? E dA cos 0. Cos 0 is 1. Since E is going to be same all over this surface, therefore E comes out of sign of integration, and we are left with integration of dA. Well, what is E dot dA for surface S2? E dot dA for surface S2, if we take a very small area over this surface S2, the direction of this area would be what? Radially outward. And what about electric field? Electric line of forces are always normal to the surface like this. Therefore, angle between dA and electric field is going to be 90 degree all over surface S2, that is curved surface. And since E dA are perpendicular to each other over curved surface, therefore dot product of perpendicular vector is what? We know is already 0. Therefore E dot dA is going to be 0. Well, what about E dot dA for surface S3? Well, by the same logic, the angle between dA here and electric field is what? 0. So E dot dA is what? E dA cos 0. E is constant, it comes out of sign of integration, we integrate dA. Now, integration of dA is going to be what? Indication of dA is going to be gamma. Indication of this dA is also going to be gamma. So 2E gamma is going to be sigma gamma upon epsilon naught, and you can see that gamma cancels out. Electrical intensity comes out to be sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. This is expression of electric field intensity due to a surface charge distribution. We wanted to find out electric field intensity at a distance r from this surface charge. But is r here in the formula? No. R is not here in the formula. This simply means electric field intensity E is independent of distance r. So due to surface charge distribution, electric field intensity is constant. Electric field intensity is constant, it does not depend upon distance r. But remember, this electric field intensity is constant up to certain distance, certain very small distance. Thereafter, it rapidly shoots down to zero. Electric field intensity doesn't depend upon distance. That doesn't mean electric field will be constant throughout. If this board has certain surface charge distribution, that doesn't mean throughout this room electric field intensity will be constant. Electric field is constant up to certain very small distance, and thereafter it shoot down to zero, and that is what is plotted here graphically. This is E and this is R, and this electric field intensity throughout inside is constant, and then it shoots down to zero, very rapidly shoots down to zero. Well, the result can also be written like this. This is surface charge distribution having plus sigma surface charge density. Electric field intensity is normally away from the charge at any point close to it, and the value is sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. And if the surface charge distribution has negative charge, then electric field vector is normally towards the charge, and the value is sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. And see how we create uniform electric field. These are two surface charge distribution. One has positive charge, other has negative charge. They are kept very close to each other. So what is electric field intensity at any point inside? Electric field intensity at any point inside, because of this positive charge, will be away from the charge, and because of this negative charge will be towards the charge. So what are electric field vectors? Electric field vectors, because of both the charges at any point inside, are in the same direction, parallel to each other. Therefore, net electric field is going to be what? Sigma upon 2 epsilon naught plus sigma upon 2 epsilon naught, and that is going to be what? Sigma upon epsilon naught, and that is what is constant. The electric field throughout in this space in between the two plates is constant. And what about electric field outside? It is zero. Because of positive charge, electric field vector is away from the charge. Because of this negative charge, electric field vector is towards this, and both the field vectors are equal and opposite. Therefore, net field is zero outside. So outside the plates, the field is zero. Inside the plate, the field is constant, and that's how we create uniform electric field using two surface charge distribution. And such arrangement is there in the chapter capacitor. In the capacitor, in between two plates, there is constant electric field, and that's how constant electric field is created. We will study about capacitors very shortly. So children, the next application is E due to charge conducting sphere. Well, this is a metal sphere, that is conducting sphere, and it is given charge Q. What happens, children? When charge is given to a conductor, it always resides over its outer surface. When charge is given to a conductor, it always resides, it always lives over its outer surface. This ability of conductors is called skin effect. And why is this ability? This ability is simply because metals have infinite dielectric constants. So over every metal, when charge is given, it always resides over its outer surface due to skin effect. And the skin effect is because of the infinite value of dielectric constant of the metals. Since there is no charge inside, therefore electric field inside is what? Zero. Electric field inside is zero. This is what is called as electrostatic shielding. Since there is no electric field inside, there is no electric potential difference inside, and as the result, the inside of the metal is electrically insulated, and this is what is called as electrostatic shielding. When charge is given to any metal, any conductor, there is no electric field inside. As the result, inside is the shock proof. Inside the environment is shock proof. This is what is called as electrostatic shielding. Now, what is electrical intensity at any point inside? What is electrical intensity at any point outside? Let us discuss that. First, at an internal point. So this is a conducting sphere and it is given charge Q. This is a point P inside at a distance R from center. Well, let us draw a Gaussian surface passing through this point, which is taken in the form of a sphere. Well, surface integral of E dot dA is equal to charge enclosed upon permittivity of free space, and since no charge is inside the conductor, charge always resides over the outer surface, there is no charge inside the conductor, therefore net charge inside this Gaussian surface, which is drawn inside the sphere, would be what? 0. Since there is no net charge inside, therefore surface integral of E dot dA would be 0. Integration of E dot dA would be 0. That simply means electric field inside is going to be 0. And since E is equal to minus dV by dr and E is 0, that means V is what? Constant. What is that constant field? We'll know very shortly. So electric field inside is 0, electric potential inside is constant. Now what is electric field intensity at an external point? This is the conducting sphere of radius r. It carries charge q. This is point where we want to find out electric field intensity at. We draw a Gaussian surface passing through this point. The Gaussian surface is taken in the form of sphere. Well, surface integral of E dot dA is net charge enclosed to permittivity of free space. What is surface integral of E dot dA? We take a very small surface area here. The direction of this area would be radially outward, and direction of electric field would also be radially outward. Direction of electric field would also be radially outward. Why? Because electrical forces are arranged all around this metallic sphere in spherically symmetric fashion. They are normally outward, so they are arranged in spherically symmetric fashion. So electrical forces would all be along the radius of this sphere, and in the process they would be parallel to dA. So angle between E and dA is what? 0. E dA cos 0 is 1. And what is net charge enclosed? Net charge enclosed is the charge over this conducting sphere, that is Q. Well, integration of dA is going to give us what? Total surface area of the sphere, 4 pi r square. Right hand side is Q upon epsilon naught. So what is E? E is Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square. This is electric field intensity due to a conducting sphere at a point outside the sphere. And see, this result is exactly same as electric field intensity due to point charge. And here lies the concept of point charge. Since the result is exactly same as point charge, therefore whole charge of the spherical conductor can be assumed to lie over its center as a point charge. But remember, this assumption is true only for those points which are outside the sphere, not inside. So for any external point, whole charge of this sphere can be taken over its center as a point charge. Why? It is simply because the result is so. The result speaks that, and that is also experimentally verified. So what is point charge? The point charge of the sphere can be assumed to be taken over its center. Anyway, what is electric field intensity at surface? At surface, this R is going to be equal to what? Capital R. So if we substitute R is equal to capital R, electric field intensity is Q upon 4 pi epsilon r square. So electric field intensity varies inversely with square of distance. Over surface the value is this, and this is what? Is maximum value. Why? Because beyond surface it decreases inversely with square of distance. Well, what about V? V we know is minus E minus times integration of ETR. If we substitute this value of E here and integrate it, we get the V as Q upon 4 pi epsilon r. And for surface R is equal to capital R. That means the value of electric potential over surface is going to be Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught R. And this is the value of electric potential over surface. Same is the value inside. Same is the value inside at each and every point. So electrical intensity inside is constant, and that constant value is same as the value over surface of the sphere. So what is value? Constant value inside? It is this value which is constant inside. And if we plot these variations of E and V graphically, well, we get the plot like this. This is spherical conductor, just made to show where we are as we move from here to infinity. So this is E axis, this is distance on one side from center, this is distance on the other side of the center, At this point we reach the surface of the sphere, right side, and at this point we reach the surface of the sphere, other side. So what is electrical intensity? Electrical intensity throughout inside is what? 0. Electrical intensity throughout inside is 0. Over the surface the value is what? Maximum, and thereafter it decreases inversely with square of distance. And electrical intensity towards right at any point is where? Away from the charge, like this, radially outward. Left side, again electrical intensity throughout inside is 0. Over the surface it is maximum and then decreases inversely with square of distance. Why do we plot it along negative y-axis? It is simply because the field vector here is going to be exactly in opposite direction. Here electric field vector is going to be what? Away from this, radially away from the sphere. If this radially away is along due east, then this radially away is due west. So these two field vectors are in opposite direction. Therefore, right side the value is plotted along positive y-axis and left side the value is plotted along negative y-axis. Electric potential. Electric potential throughout inside is constant and outside it varies inversely with distance. This is V and this V varies inversely with distance outside, like point charge. So this is the graphical plot of E against R and this is graphical plot of V against R. Very important graph. So with this we come to the end of today's class. Thank you very much. God bless you all.